Hi, my name is Andy VanZandt, and I am a professional board game developer. And today I'm going to talk to you about some misconceptions about popcorn. Or really, I'm going to talk about some misconceptions about marketing and use popcorn as an example. So, before I continue, I should tell you to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Or really, when I say I should tell you that, I should tell you that if I thought this was ever going to be monetized or was already monetized. Uh, Realistically, I know that my content has a very small audience and an even smaller percentage of that audience who would actually sit down and listen to it. So I know that this channel is very unlikely to ever get monetized, but if you do have something that can be monetized and that's something you're trying to do or you are already monetized, you should be asking people to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is true for YouTube channels or podcasts or whatever you've got, a blog, any of those things. You should be asking people uh, to do those things because they are effective. It's a suggestive sell. It is providing people options that even if they might have been aware of it before, it is recontextualizing it. Sometimes people aren't aware of it, and sometimes people, when you ask for it, will become aware that it is something they can do to support you. So, uh, so even though a lot of people mock YouTube channels for saying slap like or whatever at the end or the beginning of their videos, all of those videos should be doing that because it works and it's useful. It is a marketing technique. So by way of comparison, I'm going to talk about when I worked at movie theater. Sometimes I would work at the concession stand, and part of what they asked you to do was to offer the customers something in addition to what they already had, or to offer to upgrade what they had. So if they were getting a candy, you might offer to get them a soda as well, or if they already had a soda, you might offer to make it a large for however much more. And when I first started off, I was like, I don't walk up to a counter and not know what I want. I said what I want. I'm not going to change my mind because I'm under the vague impression that I'm immune to marketing, and many people feel like they're immune to marketing, um, and that's silly because there's a reason that Super Bowl ads cost $1 bajillion. There's a reason there are billboards. There's a reason people say like, comment, and subscribe to this video um, because it works, because you're either providing additional information or you're recontextualizing that information for the consumer. And it uh, it is something that is very easy to do. Anytime you've got any kind of marketing, having that suggestive sell, that call to action is something you should be including in your marketing. It's so easy to do, takes so little time, and yields such big results. Uh, Me asking to upgrade or add to a popcorn order uh, resulted in a 20 to 30% increase in the amount of people who did so. Uh, it is proven time and again that that's the case. People are not immune to advertising. You are not immune to advertising, and you should not say no for other people. Um, you should instead give them the information to act upon, and remember that people are very often unaware of everything that a particular company offers. People are very unaware of a lot of things. They'll walk into a building and going to see a movie, and they might not have even thought about the concession stand. They might be asking you where the bathroom is because they are unaware of these features that your building offers. And that sounds like a weird comparison to draw the bathroom thing, but it's something you also have to learn when you're working any business is that if you've got a public restroom, people aren't going to know where it is. People aren't going to know where the sign is for it or what the sign looks like. Does it say men? Does it have a picture of a person on it? They're not quite sure what to look for or where to look for it. And a thing that a lot of people do is when they're on the business side of that is they'll get frustrated at some point. They'll be like, can't you see the sign? It's obvious. It's right there." Um, but they get frustrated on the 100th time that that happens, and not the first time, generally speaking. And that's because they think they it's not that they think that the person is suddenly aware of it, but that um, a subconscious thing is to feel like they've said it so many times it must be so obvious. They see it every day. It's right there in front of them, and uh, you have to remember that this guy, the 100,000th time asking you where the bathroom is not the same guy the first time. Neither of these people were aware of that feature that your business offered, and you shouldn't get frustrated at them asking for it. So it's just another uh, indicator that people are often unaware of stuff, and just by sharing that information or recontextualizing it, you benefit the consumer. Um, and there are times where people businesses will put forth that they are uh, informing the customer, and it's nothing like that. But there are plenty of times where that is the case, and you shouldn't feel bad for um, including that information, including that call to action for somebody, um, because, like I said, sometimes you're making them aware of the service or a product that they weren't aware of before. But sometimes you're just providing extra context to it. So my second example is again about context. So we've got popcorn, and if you let's say you've got a small and a large popcorn, and it's $4 for the small and $8 for the large, and often you will uh, sell way more of the smalls than you will of the larges at that price point. But if you were to put in a middle tier, mediums for $7, so you've got 4, 7, and $8. Uh, all of a sudden, you have recontextualized that information. You've you've got this small that's $4, a medium for $7. That's kind of a deal, right? Like because it's only $3 more. It's not a full doubling of the price. And a large, wow, that's a huge deal. You're only paying $1 more than the medium, and you're getting X amount more. And so you've provided context for those two prices. You haven't adjusted how much people are getting. You've only provided more information about it. And again, this is something that you can look up online. There's tons of studies about it, and it's a reality that with that middle tier of information about this popcorn, uh, you you sell more large popcorns, and it took you essentially no effort. You put a different number on a sign, or you put an additional number on a sign in between, and it made people more aware of the value that was being provided. And this again it's so easy to implement. You can have that on your website or with bundles. You can have that at convention sales. You can have it as Kickstarter tiers to make it more obvious where the value is in the product you're offering. And it's important to me, as somebody who hates selling things, that uh, that when I am trying to sell something, that I do it in a way that isn't being slimy, isn't trying to trick anybody. It's just trying to provide enough context and information about what you're offering. Uh, and it's so easy to do just those few things to uh, improve your sales and uh, make the customer more aware. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.